U.S. President Donald Trump welcomed the release of 3 captives from Gaza, stating they seem to be in good shape. On Truth Social, he urged Israel to decide on his deadline for releasing all hostages by midday, warning that failure to comply would result in all hell breaking loose. Meanwhile, Hamas has rejected Trump's proposal for the forced displacement of Palestinians from Gaza. Hundreds of Palestinian prisoners have been released in Gaza. Meanwhile, appearing in good condition, the Israeli captives were handed to the ICRC in Khan Yunis before being transferred to Israel. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is set to consult senior officials at 7 p.m. local time as Trump's ultimatum for hostage releases nears expiration. Under a U.S.-mediated deal, Palestinian groups earlier released 3 captives in exchange for hundreds of Palestinians held in Israeli prisons. Gaza's health ministry confirmed 48,239 deaths, while the government media office updated the toll to 61,709, with thousands presumed dead under rubble. Over 111,676 people have been wounded. Moving towards the top news stories related to U.S. President Donald Trump and advisor Elon Musk. Trump administration's campaign to shrink the U.S. bureaucracy escalated Friday, firing over 9,500 federal workers. These cuts follow 75,000 voluntary buyouts, reducing the civilian workforce by 3%. The firings impact agencies managing federal lands and veterans' care, sparking concerns over essential government functions. In other news, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance in Munich, seeking security guarantees amid Trump's push for a truce with Moscow. Trump's plans to meet Vladimir Putin have unsettled Kyiv, with Zelensky emphasizing the need for direct talks with Washington to ensure Ukraine's interests in any peace deal. Meanwhile, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi vowed retaliation if the U.S. continues its bullying tactics. Speaking in Munich, Wang said China prefers cooperation but won't tolerate suppression. Trump's recent 10% tariff on Chinese goods prompted Beijing to impose up to 15% duties, reigniting fears of an escalating trade war. Lastly, OpenAI rejects Musk's offer. OpenAI's board unanimously rejected Elon Musk's $97.4 billion acquisition bid. Board chairman Brett Taylor reaffirmed OpenAI's nonprofit mission, stating the company is not for sale. The decision, announced on Musk-owned X, underscores tensions between Musk and OpenAI as competition in artificial intelligence continues to intensify. In Pakistan, at least 16 passengers lost their lives, while 45 were injured in 2 tragic road accidents in Sindh ahead of the Urs of Lal Shahbaz Qalandar. In the first incident, a speeding van carrying devotees collided with a trailer near Qazi Ahmed, Shahid Benazirabad, killing 5 and injuring 10. The van initially struck a donkey cart before crashing into the trailer. Critically injured individuals were shifted to a hospital in Nawabshah, where 3 succumbed to their injuries. In another accident near Ranipur, Khairpur, a local bus traveling from Burrawala crashed into a rickshaw crossing the national highway. The collision caused the bus to overturn, resulting in 11 deaths and 35 injuries. Victims were transported to multiple hospitals, and authorities are coordinating to return them to Burrawala, Vehari. In other news, 4 soldiers were martyred, while 15 terrorists were eliminated in 2 intelligence-based operations in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa on Saturday, according to the ISPR. The first operation took place in Dera Ismail Khan's Hathala area, where security forces engaged and killed 9 terrorists, including high-value ringleaders. The ISPR confirmed that these militants were involved in multiple terror activities and were highly wanted. In the second operation in North Waziristan's Miran Shah, 6 more terrorists were neutralized. However, during intense gunfire, Lieutenant Mohammed Hassan Arshaf, leading from the front, embraced martyrdom along with Naib Subedar Mohammed Bilal, Sepoy Farhat Ullah, and Sepoy Himat Khan. Lastly, a police constable was gunned down by unidentified assailants in Karachi's Manghopir area. According to police, Constable Imran, posted at PS Manghopir, was martyred near Khairabad Aman roundabout, Orangi town. 7 spent bullet casings were recovered from the crime scene. The body was shifted to the hospital, and an investigation is underway to track down the attackers.